Hello and welcome back to the Film Club, the club where we talk about films we've been recently watching, enjoying. Let me know in the comments what you've been watching, and if you've seen the film I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Christopher Nolan was the director that got me into films. From the moment I saw the Dark Knight films, I knew that they were my favourite films, and from there on I discovered Interstellar, Inception, Dunkirk, and then going to see Tenet at the cinema, and discovering his older work like Memento and films like that. I love this man. He is essentially the reason that I went to university and studied film, and so when I saw the trailer for Oppenheimer, I didn't actually know what to expect, but I was excited nevertheless. I adore Cillian Murphy as an actor, and having him at the forefront of a Christopher Nolan film, Jesus Christ, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this film. This film is just outstanding. I mean, talk about a masterclass in acting from literally every single person in this film. Cillian Murphy going from this naive, egotistical scientist at the beginning to this broken man who realizes he might have doomed the world. Having that clear comparison from start to the end and having him age, and it's just... Robert Downey Jr. is... I did not think he had it in him to do as well as he did. I love Robert Downey Jr., but I've only ever seen him in Marvel films and Sherlock Holmes. Having him as a serious, grounded, almost the villain of the film, it just, every scene that he was in, just perfected it. Emily Blunt, and when she was in the courtroom scene, when she was like, 16, 17, 80, the way that she just absolutely bosses that scene full of people, Florence Pugh put in a really emotional performance. The scene where they're both sat down and she's essentially broken down next to the bath, and the tragic ending of her story, she portrayed that character brilliantly. It served a point in Oppenheimer's life fantastically. Supporting cast people like Rami Malek, I mean, he was on the screen for probably a max of 5 minutes, but he just stole the show every time. The visuals of this was just, I couldn't fault it. The fact that there's no CGI and there's the scenes where like the atoms are spinning around and the sparks go, unreal. I don't know how they filmed that, I really don't know, but however they did, unreal. The score has stuck with me ever since I watched it. The final scene with the rising, I don't even know what's rising, I think it's like violins or I don't know, I'm not a musician, but the tension, the suspense, it fits the entire film and everything perfectly. After Tenet and now this, and also the Mandalorian theme song, Ludwig is so early in his career, and yet he's done some absolute staples of film and TV music. It's outstanding, oh my god. The bomb test scene was one of the most tense scenes in any film I maybe have ever seen. My heart was pounding out of my chest when he was counting down 10, 9. You saw it going down on the little counter and just everybody waiting. It drops and it was just silence. I felt like I was alone in the cinema during that scene. It was, you could have heard a pin drop. Everyone was so hooked into that moment, and it's because it draws you in so brilliantly. I love how classy this film is, that they could have shown, you know, the Hiroshima bombings or things like that for it to be a little bit more actiony, or, I don't know, appease that kind of audience who just want explosions all the time. But the fact that the only explosion we saw was the test is brilliant. It brings class to the film, because it's not, the film isn't about the bomb, the film is about the man, the science, and the people behind it. It's not about bombs as such. The ending of this film will go down as one of the greatest endings and lines in cinema. When he's talking to Albert saying they might light a spark that ignites the whole world, and he's just like, yeah, what about it? I think we did. And then just the horror as he looks into the water and there's droplets, and the droplets ripple out like an explosion. It's just, I've got goosebumps thinking about it. Never has a film like this been more prevalent with things that are going on in the world. There's just, I just adore this film. Is it my favourite Christopher Nolan film? No. It's heavy, and although I really want to rewatch it, I don't think it will have as much rewatchability as something like Interstellar or Inception, but that's because it's different. It's a biopic, it's technical, it's just people talking, essentially. This is a film that stuck with me for a long time after watching it, and that's why it's taken me a week to make this film, because I wanted to digest it. I wanted it to sit with me for a little while. But yeah, let me know, what did you think of Oppenheimer? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you rate it? I'm not Anthony Fantano, so I need to not copy his outro. No, let me know in the comments what you thought of Oppenheimer. Did you enjoy it or not? And I'll see you next time on the Film Club.